Hello everyone, it's Satta Games. In this video, we will continue with the third and last part of the main menu tutorial with Stride. In this part, we will implement a pause menu as well as field of view settings for cameras. To create the pause menu, open your main menu on the grid, right click, create page from selection and F2 to rename, name it pause menu. Open it. On it, we have our background main layer. We will change some things on the main layer. On the text, it will say paused instead of the name of the game. And in the uniform grid, we will not have a play button, but a continue button. No change on settings, and instead of exit, we will have return main menu scene button. Text on the play will be continue, and on the return main menu scene button, it is return menu. The text is overflowing, so let's go to uniform grid on the layout, find the columns and increase it by 1. Select all 3 buttons, go to the column span and increase it by 1. Now they fit. Also on the settings layer, we have the return menu button, and its text says return menu, same as the main layer, so let's change it to back. Lastly, let's add a button. On the layout, select the horizontal alignment to right and vertical alignment to top. Minimum width is 80 to 80. Let's give it some margin. On the right, it will have a 20 unit of margin, and on the top, again 20. Let's change the text, and instead of click me, I will put 2 eyes with the size of 50. Lastly, change the button name to pause button. Also on the background image, change the opacity to 0.3 so it will be see-through. Now go to code, add an asset, script, synchronous script, and pause menu script. Open your IDE, select the main menu script and pause menu script. Copy the whole main menu and paste on the pause menu. Change the class name to pause menu script. Now here we will need to make some changes on the button names. Play button is now the continue button, and exit button is return main menu scene button. And we also have a pause button. Let's fix the errors. Change the play button with the continue button and exit button with return menu scene button. I will first go to my start game function and change the name of it to change scene method, and the method will take an URL reference to a scene, and instead of game scene, it will load the scene. Continue button will not change scene, so I will delete it. On the return menu scene button, it used to be exit, so we will delete the internal part, and here it will be change scene. Now we need a scene, let's go up. We already have a reference to the game scene. Instead, we will change it to mini scene, and on the change scene, we will give the mini scene as input. So when you click on the return mini scene button, we will go back to the mini scene. We also have a pause button, so let's add it too. It will not change scene. Now let's implement the pause logic. Open the game manager. On it, we will have a boolean value. We can edit here is paused and equals false. Now on the pause mini script, let's create a method private void set pause state. It will take a boolean value is paused. And first we will set the game manager's is paused value to the new input. We check if we want to pause or continue. Now when we pause, we want to show the pause menu. If you remember, we have a show layer method. It shows the layer you give to it and hides the rest. We will use it here and show layer with main layer. This will open the main layer, and we can use the same thing here. Instead, we will give a new uniform grid. Since this will not match any of the layers we have, this basically hides all the layers. We also need to hide the background image for half transparency. Private image element background. Here we can background equals page root element, find visual child of type image element, and for the name let's enter bg, this name, and when is paused we want to show the background, so background dot visibility equals visibility dot visible. Here we will hide it. Background dot visibility equals visibility dot hidden. Now these are for visuals, and if we want to pause the game, we will do services, get service, iGame, update time, factor, and we will set this to 0, so it will be paused. When you set this factor to 0, it stops things that are controlled by the engine like physics, particles, and animations. And to continue the game, we will set it back to 1. Now we need to call this from buttons. Let's go back. The continue button will set pause state to false, so it will continue, and pause button will set pause state to true. And also at the end of the start on the pause mini script, let's set the pause state to false. This will ensure the game is not paused when we start the game, as well as hide the UI for the pause. Now we need to add this to our main scene, so on the assets UI, we have the pause menu UI page, and go to the code part, drag and drop the pause menu script, select the main menu scene. Now, before we test, we can do two things. First, let's disable the UI, go to our ground, add a physics static collider. Here, let's make the physics visible. And on the static collider, add a box. It will be 10 by 10 with minus zero point 0.5 for the Y offset. And let's move the sphere up. Add a physics rigid body to it. Add a sphere shape. Set the restitution to 1 and friction to 0.05. On the ground, set the restitution to 1, so they will be elastic and the ball will be jump. So we can test the pause. Also on the pause menu, we don't have a click sound anymore, so let's delete this. And for the play music, I want to change the right click to key pressed keys dot n for the next. Let's test it after we enable the UI. We have the ball jumping, and if I pause, you will see that the ball is paused, but the button isn't hidden. Let's continue. This is a problem, and another problem is that if I pause, I can still move my camera because, as I said, it only stops the things that are controlled by the engine and not by code. So let's check why the pause button isn't hidden, because we never hide it. Here, if the pause state is true, then we want to hide the pause button because the layer is already visible. And when we continue the game, we want to show the pause button so it will be visible. Also on the update, we can add some quality of life improvement. Input is key pressed with keys dot P. So when we press the P key, it will set the pause state. And we want to toggle, so let's go with game manager that is paused, but reverse it so it will toggle. And as I said, this stops the engine part, and if you want to stop the code from executing when paused, the solution is quite simple. Find your update function, the part that your logic runs, and here simply add if game manager that is paused, return. This will simply prevent the code being executed when paused. Now I can press P to toggle pause and the button is hidden properly. And if I try to move my camera when paused, I cannot, but it works when not paused. Now everything seems to be working, which is great. Lastly, we will implement the field of view logic, so when we change the field of view from settings, it will change the value on cameras. So let's create a method, private void FOV changed. Here what we will do is for each var entity in scene system, scene instance, root scene, and entities, and we will get var camera equals entity dot get camera component. This approach assumes each entity has at most one camera. If you have multiple camera on an entity, then you will need to change the logic a little bit. And if camera isn't null, camera dot vertical field of view equals game manager dot FOV. Now we need to connect the slider to it. Let's find the FOV slider. this here. So when we change the FOV value on the game manager, we also need to call the FOV change function. You don't have to create the same function on the main menu because we will call this here. So even if you make some change on the main menu and return the game, since this function will be called, it will change the FOV. Let's test it. Music is still too loud. Let's play. And if I pause it, go to settings, screen settings, and change the FOV, you will see that it is actually working. I will change it back. And yeah, you can also press N to switch between musics. And I will also return menu and exit. And I think that's it for the main menu tutorial. On this three-part, I have tried to explain you how you can create a main menu with Stride. I started with main menu tutorial for Stride tutorials. So when we create games of different genres, we can simply use this project and build on it. I will share this project on my itch.io page. You can go and download it from there. If you have any question, you can ask on the comment section. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.